Hey guys, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is part 2. I was just doing a reading for somebody about are they going to have a new partner coming in their life, and just to kind of recap, I was just pulling a lot of cards about their ex and like they need to cut their cords with that, and like they are moving forward and they're ready to start a new relationship. And so now we're like really getting into the juice on this. There is a message of trust. I do see, yes, definitely a new partner is coming in. You will not be alone forever, don't worry. And then I do see that you've attracted toxic relationships in your past because toxic relationship is kind of all you knew. I do see that one or both of your parents was like absent or neglectful or even abusive, God forbid, and so you've been healing from that, and I feel like your ex, like letting go of that is a big thing for you because it's like letting go of abuse and letting go of just not being treated less than you deserve. And I get a sense that the next just not being treated less than you deserve. And I get a sense that the next relationship is going to be really healthy and it's going to be very healing for you and it's going to really change your life and it's going to be really exciting. So we're going kind of deep on this one. I feel like you're headed to a beautiful place. I do get a sense like you're very attractive. I do see like you have physical beauty, of course, but you're beautiful inside and out. And I think spirit wants you to know that. And the next person that you meet, they're going to be very, very attracted to you and you're going to be very attracted to them. So there's this message, not to settle for not to settle for somebody that you're not completely physically attracted to. Like this is somebody you will be physically attracted to. And I feel like there's been people that have hit on you or maybe like a potential suitor or two, but you just haven't really felt attracted to them. And so this next person that's coming in, like you will be attracted. So just make sure that, you know, you go for the person that you're feeling extremely attracted to, of course. Another message about this person. And then they're saying flirt, extend your lighthearted energy to others. And I'm actually seeing a message for you. Flirting doesn't always mean like being cheesy and just like giggling obnoxiously and just like touching somebody on their leg. It's not always that. It's actually making eye contact with people, not being afraid to smile. So if you see somebody cute, make eye contact and hold the eye contact for a second. Obviously not in a creepy way, like you're not gonna stare them down. I feel like you wouldn't do that or anything, but it's saying like make eye contact, smile, and that's usually enough to draw somebody who's interested in you like into a conversation. So there's a message to flirt, put yourself out there. You might be worried, like, am I supposed to retreat? Is this not a time for love? Maybe I should just kind of wait? But I'm actually seeing the opposite of that. I'm seeing flirt, put yourself out there, you know, try. This actually is really good energy for you right now to meet somebody in love. I don't know if I see this person coming until after the holiday season though. I think that's why, you know, there's a delay. There is a delay on this person coming in your life for at least a couple more months. I'll pull a timeline in a second. Anything else about this person that's coming in your life? Yeah, you just kind of have to free yourself, take back control of your life. You've been working on that after your breakup. Cut those cords like I mentioned. Very soon. There we go. Within 3 to 6 months, this person's coming in your life. So let me just get a timeline here. Timeline. 5 months is what I'm seeing. And I actually see there's going to be 2 potential partners. So when it rains, it pours. You know, it might just be completely empty right now on the love front. No options, no opportunities. But when it rains, it pours, and I actually see 2 people you're going to have to choose between. And I think that's why we got this message about attraction earlier, that choose the person you're the most attracted to. One of them might be really, really nice and you might have a soulmate connection, but you might have to friend zone that person and pick the other one. And so there will be 2 people. 5 months from now, I see them coming in. I think 3 months from now, you meet somebody, you date them a little bit, and then a month or two after that, like right before you guys are about to have the DTR, you meet the new person. And so it is gonna kind of be a little bit of a drama, but you'll get past it and you'll make the right choice. And so I think that's kind of 5 months from now, that is when the struggle comes. And it's hard because you're like, oh my gosh, like I got in so deep with this other person and now this new person's coming in and I like them even more. And so I think there's a message about this coming up, just so you're kind of forewarned. 6 months from now, you're in a relationship, you're really happy, it's a generous person, they like to take you out, you know, it's a commitment. 8 months from now, I see you guys kind of fighting a little bit and kind of like figuring out what your boundaries are, and the honeymoon phase is kind of worn off, and I do kind of see like you guys trying to figure out, it might be long distance, or it might be like one of you guys is really busy, and so kind of having to rearrange your schedules. But once you get past that hump, I see it's all smooth sailing from there, and it really feels like a long-term relationship. And I feel like you're the kind of person that wants to be prepared for everything. And so I feel like that's why we're getting so many details about this situation. But in short, the answer to your question is yes, you will have a new partner coming in your life. I've outlaid the timeline of events, and I really hope that this resonates with you. And keep in touch. I love opening my DMs and my emails every day to people saying, oh my gosh, it happened like exactly the way you said it did, and like they're coming in and I'm so thankful. Like it's just great hearing that my predictions are accurate, and I don't think I'd keep doing this if they weren't. So thank you guys once again for your support, and we're gonna move on to the next question. So who's next, John? John's pulling up the next question, and I'm just clearing my energy. Whew.
Amy?
So who?
Amy with an IE.
Okay, so Amy with an IE. I'm pretty sure I've done readings for this person before. I'm already tapping into your energy, Amy. I feel like I've read for you before. So hello again, Amy. Really excited to connect with you.
Last time you did a reading about staying in school or going on traditional path.
Oh yeah, I remember this person.
I decided that I would withdraw. Since then, my anxiety's gone down. I feel free.
Oh my gosh.
And I promised telling my mom she wasn't happy.
Oh crap.
Didn't expect her to be. But after I did that, I saw a rainbow outside. I've been drawing and practicing in my digital art so I can put my artwork out.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I'm so happy.
I'm also planning on buying some more baking supplies.
Wow.
Tutorials on sewing.
Whoa. Okay, I don't know if you guys hear John. He's reading me this person's question, and I'm just like reacting to it right now, and I'm really excited. So.
I plan on posting on Instagram and Tumblr before the end of this year. Since leaving school, I felt much better about what I've been drawing.
Great.
I'm excited and trying to have faith and hope that everything works out.
Yeah.
So I guess my question would be, what now?
All right, Amy. I'm so stoked to read for you. So we pulled some cards for Amy, and she was asking
maybe look into the last 2 months going the next year.
Yeah. So Amy, what's going on with Amy is we've talked before. We've done readings for her before, and we actually saw that she needed to drop out of college. And it was kind of a thing. She realized she's really artistic. She's not on a creative path. And like, there's plenty of people who go to school for college or school for art and are very successful, but we just didn't see that in the cards, and it wasn't resonating with her, and she didn't like going to school. And so she dropped out, and she says her anxiety has gone way down. She's feeling super creative. She's like getting all these supplies and like getting a vision board going and like, and just getting really excited. And but then she told her mom, and her mom was not happy, and so we're gonna pull some cards on that. And she's just wondering like, what now? Like, what do I do now? She's already got some plans to get her social media going. She knows like as an artist, if you're not gonna go to school, then you're gonna have to promote yourself, and you're gonna have to hustle a lot, and build a portfolio so people can hire you and like kind of do the freelance route. And so we're just gonna look into this energy, and like first I just want to ask to confirm, did you make the right decision? And just talking about your mom real quick, a lot of parents, like they struggle and they like work hard like to give their children a college education. Like some parents even come over from other countries and like risk everything to get their kids in a situation where they can go to college. And so like when you're from something like that and you decide to like drop out of school, it's like it feels almost like a punch in the face to your parents, because they're like, do you know how hard I've worked to give you this opportunity or whatever? But I don't see your mom really understanding what you're doing for about 4 or 5 years. I see wealth, I see income, I see you getting clients. And I think when that first starts happening, you tell her and she's kind of excited. She still has her doubts. But then I actually see it really taking off and like a little bit of fame coming from it, just like, a lot of followers, a lot of support. You're getting her nice presents and she's like, whoa, okay, you get your own place, you get a car. I also see you in a serious relationship. And unfortunately, it's not until you have that physical proof of like that you're doing well that your parent will approve of you on this path. And it's unfortunate. I think it's just she worries for you. She wants to make sure that you are, you're taken care of. And a lot of parents come from a generation where they think college is everything, but they don't realize that now having like a bachelor's degree is just as good as having a high school diploma for some people. This is, there's always an exception to the rule, but that industry is oversaturated. So we're seeing people with college degrees that are working in restaurants, that are almost overqualified for some basic jobs. People who are just working for $12 to $15 an hour with a college degree. And so unless you're going to school to be like a surgeon or like a doctor or like, a therapist or like something you need to have a degree for, sometimes it's kind of obsolete. And you're realizing you have these artistic tendencies and you have these talents and gifts, and it's a waste of your time when you could actually be learning your skills, teaching yourself, being mentored, networking, building your portfolio. That's going to be, and I see you're the kind of person that has the ability to do that on your own. I see some people who are very artistic who need the one-on-one teaching, like who need the school, who need to be taught every step of the way. But you're like a self-learner. I feel like you can teach yourself whatever you're going to end up doing. I feel like you can get your own portfolio started. I do see mentors on your path. I do see a network of people you'll be working with. So let's just get started. So yeah, this is you going on your own path and just like leaving everything behind. This is the morning of just kind of feeling like you wasted your time, but I don't think you did. I think, having a little bit of college experience is good just to kind of understand what that's all about. Like, at the very least, college taught you how to stay dedicated and how to have a good work ethic. So now you're moving on to the school of life. Remember to hustle just as hard as you were in college. If you hustle towards your goals and towards teaching yourself the skills you need just as hard as you did in college, you'll do great. You just can't get lazy because time flies fast. All of a sudden it's been 3 years and all you've done is just Netflix and chill. You got to be careful. You got to like set a timer and be like 9 to 5, I'm working on my goals and my skills, like hustle and haul ass. Your mom and you, this might sever your relationship for a little while, and for, like I said, a couple years, you guys might she might nag you a little bit or project disappointment onto you, but you're just going to have to stay strong. You need to ground yourself in the knowingness of your gifts and talents, and to know that like spirit's guiding over you, and to not give up. If you're going to take the non-traditional path, you can't give up. And then this is saying you have inner knowing, you have inner guidance, and there's a lot of opportunities around you. There's going to be a temptation to sink into depression, because when you don't have somebody cracking that whip and telling you got to turn this assignment in on Friday or else, it's hard to like keep solid to your personal goals. So stay strong, make sure you get out in nature and continue to get inspired, release the tendency to just kind of take a break. And then another thing that's coming to me about you is follow Gary V. If you're not following Gary V already, GaryVee. Watch all of his content, watch all of his videos. Like, he's gonna pop up on your feed and inspire you to hustle. He talks a lot about people who are just doubling down on their gifts and talents and not going to school and like taking the non-traditional path, and like how to become successful and like how the real world works, and like making the most of your time. Something else that he also talks about is it's called eat shit now so that you can eat caviar later. Like, all of the money you're making, you might end up getting a part-time job, which I highly recommend. Get a job that's less than 20 hours a week or just 20 hours. Try not to get sucked into the politics there. And try not to get too comfortable there. And all the money you make, spend it on investing in your business, and try not to buy random shit that you don't need. Try not to spend it all on food and going out with friends and stuff like that. Like, treat yourself. You deserve a little bit here and there, but all that money should be invested in your future. And that's kind of what the whole eat shit now to eat caviar later is good for you. If you hustle hard for like 2 or 3 years, you'll be eating caviar in a couple years. But if you take a lot of that money and just kind of throw it around, or you just kind of get used to like being comfortable, it's you won't go anywhere. So this is about like getting serious. And I would even hang up some inspirational quotes around your room. Like, hang up some posters around your room with quotes. So like every day when you wake up, you see the quotes. I actually suggest to make like a physical vision board with cutouts from magazines and catalogs, and anything that inspires you, like a vision of what you want your future to be. Maybe even print out some things, draw, like get creative and hang it on your wall. So every day when you wake up, you remember physically what you're working towards. And I would start on that soon. Yeah, they're saying the great thing about you is you're not really insecure. I mean, everyone has their insecurities, but you're not really prone to like feeling ridiculously insecure to the point to where you're just like, crippled by it. Like you have some good self-worth, you have some value. I don't think I would have given you that guidance to drop out if I didn't think you could handle this and you could do this. So another part of this is trusting in yourself, trusting that this path is taking you somewhere. And sometimes not going to college lights a fire under your butt even more, that you're going to have to take risks, that you're going to have to take leaps of faith. And then the rest card is coming out reversed. This is not a time to rest. This is not a time to slack off. And you might be tired after years of education and then college and feeling overwhelmed, and you might just want to take a break. But schedule your breaks. Take one day off every once in a while, but the rest of the time you're just hustling. It's like full mode ahead. So you're in a transition right now to your manifestation of, having your own business, being an entrepreneur. And social media is definitely in the cards for you. I feel like you need to ground the energy of what you want. So make sure if you're on Instagram, you're posting at least 4 times a day. If you're doing YouTube, post at least 3 to 5 times a week. If you're on Facebook, maybe start a Facebook group for whatever you're doing, or a business profile. Make sure you're posting at least a couple times a day. You need to get hype going. You need to be using hashtags. So for instance, like your baking and stuff, if you're going to be posting that, just look up popular hashtags for baking or for cooking, and then you'll find like articles with like a big group of hashtags. Copy and paste all those hashtags, and every time you post something about baking, put those hashtags beneath it. That's actually how I've been growing my Rainbow Harmony Instagram. It's growing and those hashtags help me go from like 0 to a couple thousand followers in a pretty decent amount of time. By the way, follow me on Instagram at rainbow__harmony. Just type in Rainbow Harmony on Instagram, you'll find me. Yeah, there's going to be many opportunities for you, and keep in mind that you might not do just one thing. I think the best thing you can do is think about what kind of business could you start online like right now. Like very soon, that has something to do with your talents and gifts that you can kind of grow. For instance, this business I've started, I'm very psychic, I'm very clairvoyant, so I'm doing card readings, I'm doing personal coaching. I probably always will be doing some of that, but long term, I want to grow this into a business where I'm selling sustainable fashion and merchandise. I want to be able to sell books. I want to be able to, have an organization and have sponsors and donors to where I can actually start retreat centers and health centers for people who have been narcissistically abused. And so there's always that big dream, but you got to start somewhere. So think about what you can offer with your talents and gifts now. And remember that there's people who are making thousands of dollars a month selling puppets on Etsy. So, puppets. You know, so if there's people who are making their living doing that, you can surely find a way to make your living and, you know, using the internet, using Etsy, using Fiverr.com, getting into the Instagram, the YouTube. And then something else I'm seeing for you is maybe nannying, because you want to be able to make as much money as you can working as little hours as possible. And so usually if you get a job as a nanny, you can make at least, I don't know, $12 to $15 an hour, maybe a little bit more sometimes, depending on having the right family. And you can usually work like, you know, 15 to 20 hours a week doing that. I would highly recommend getting a job where, and sometimes the kids are just sitting in front of the TV and you can use your phone and you can post on social media, or they're sleeping and, you know, and you can just chill and then like do your work and stuff. And so, you know, find a job where it's gonna help you in that way. Final message for you about this situation, the next couple months. Yeah, they're saying you will find your freedom in this way and to enjoy your freedom. And then this is branding. You need to brand yourself. Think of a name for your brand. And then, you know, listen to your inspiration. You're on the right track. And so the message really is just to keep going and to hustle. Hustle, hustle, hustle. If you do this right, you can get this off the ground in like a year or two and you can be on your way. So don't give up and prove them all wrong. Every time somebody acts disappointed in you or says you can't do it or is like you're crazy for dropping out of school, like that's more fire that's going to fuel you to prove them all wrong. You can do this, Amy. I believe in you. You're very special. It's not the kind of advice I give to everybody to drop out of college. But for you, I feel like this is the right choice, and you know, it's a message too that you feel a lot happier. You don't have as much anxiety. Keep going. You have to promise me you won't give up. You got this. So I'll see you later. I hope that resonates. And also, I have a reading called it's called like How to Quit Your Shitty Job or something like that. John, can you drop the link for that below for Amy? It's in my folder called Ratings for Right Now, or you can just Google Rainbow Harmony, How to Quit Your Shitty Job. And Amy, just hang on for a second because John's going to drop a link below to a video I made that has even more information about this. And it goes like step by step. And I think this is actually really going to help you if you haven't seen it already. So anyways, Amy, John's dropping a link below to a reading I did a while ago when I was in India, actually, that I think is going to give you all the steps you need to take this path.
How to quit your shitty job?
Yeah.
It's like 20 minutes?
Yeah, that one. All right, so it's like a 20-minute message. Amy, John's dropping the link like right now for you. And for anybody else who's interested. And yeah.
Which person is Oscar?
Oscar! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Yeah, Afro Elysium, I'm glad this message resonated with you too. John's about to drop a link below to a video that talks in depth about what we were just talking about. So anybody who's interested, John's like literally posting the link right now. So I'm gonna clear my energy and we're doing the next reading. This is so fun. I love doing this, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. So how many spots do we have left?
We still got a few.
All right, we still got a few spots left in case anybody's interested. Still have a couple spots left. There's the link, you guys. Click on the link that I just posted. It's called like How to Quit Your Shitty Job, or like how to move forward if you don't have college, how to like be successful. Click on the link, watch it. It's legit.
So we chatted on Skype with Rico. He told you to say the number 227 a lot.
Yeah.
You told him it was Cody, keeping an eye on you.
Yeah.
Since we spoke, I've been seeing a lot more frequently. A car even cut me off and I had 227 last license plate.
Whoa.
Can you channel him again and tell me if he has any extra messages?
Okay. So we're channeling somebody who's from the other side. I'm also a medium, you guys. And thank you so much, Oscar, for being here. I'm like really excited. I actually did a Skype with this person a couple days ago. We had a really great talk. and it's somebody who's been following me for a while, and I'm just like really excited to do another reading for you. Oscar's been seeing a repeated number 227. It's actually the date that this specific person actually passed away. And like they're seeing the number everywhere. They got cut off by a car that had 227. It's weird because my husband's also been, John's actually been seeing 227 everywhere too, which is weird. But for you, it's kind of almost a message. This person from the other side wants to connect with you. And so, yeah, it's kind of a long story. This one might not make sense to a lot of people because it's a really specific message that's being channeled from the other side from a person who's passed away. So, yeah, this is, wow. All right, Oscar.
I saw that coming.
John said that he kind of psychically already tapped into this one because he's a reader too, and he knew that it had to do with this card. So
It's all about the numbers.
yeah, you know, the number 227 actually does have a lot to do with your purpose. Oh my gosh, Oscar. So the person that this is about, because it's a long story, but this person who's passed over was actually a friend of somebody that Oscar knows. And Oscar has like a really strong twin flame connection with this person. And so I do feel like this person from the other side is trying to communicate with you about your purpose and telling you that your twin flame is actually a big part of your purpose and is trying to encourage you. That's why we're seeing the motivation card again. They're trying to encourage you not to give up on this person, and that you have a purpose in their life. It's also a message about releasing control. And this is really difficult. We did kind of talk about this a little bit, and weirdly enough, the surrender card is like on the top of my personal deck, and I got a message from the person from the other side to show you this card. And so they're telling you about surrender. And so the message is, you know, if you keep fighting and worrying about the situation with your twin flame, the situation could get worse. Surrendering isn't giving up, but it's letting go and opening up to the infinite solutions available to you. It's about staying expectant, like expecting that you and your twin flame are going to have this romantic union and practicing patience. And then there's a message with this card too that says the answer will come and it will be a really humbling experience and also a gentle reminder that there's nothing to fear and you're always provided for. So this person from the other side can actually see from a higher perspective. And I do get a sense that this person wants to pass on to the other side because they're kind of stuck between both worlds right now and they haven't fully passed over. But I feel like what's keeping them here is, you know, your twin flame and the connection you have with your twin flame. So this person is like kind of staying stuck between both worlds because first of all, their death was very sudden, almost kind of unexpected. And also, you know, it was almost impulsive too. And so it was almost like they weren't ready to go and they still want to help and they're still really invested in the earth and like what's going on with you guys. And so I feel like they're going to be staying kind of as a guide for you and your twin flame. And then once you guys come into union, I do see them passing over fully. And so it's almost, I kind of am getting a message, this is like your twin flame angel. And so it's kind of bizarre, but I feel like they're trying to give you hope. And then they're saying they're trying to pull some strings on the other side. Like I do see miracles happening. And right now, from our last conversation, obviously you're like, it's going to take a miracle if my twin flame is actually going to be, you know, romantically pursuing me, because it's like they've almost friend zoned you so hard at this point and you're just like, what the heck? And so they're just saying, have the grace to flow through this. Have the grace to give your twin flame the space that they need. Remember, we were talking a lot about just maybe taking a month, not to ignore them, but to just really invest in yourself and like kind of almost being a little bit too busy for them and like just kind of let them miss you. It's not about playing games or anything, but you know, invest in yourself. And you're already trying to start your business right now. And that's moving forward, and I just see a lot of energy there. We've talked a lot about your success there, and I think that this person from the other side is trying to reiterate to you, you've got to get your twin flame some space. Like, you've got to stop accusing them of, you know, if they're not talking to you, or asking them, are you upset? Or asking them, like, are you, you know, mad at me? Or, you know, how have you been? Or writing them and saying, long time no talk, or I haven't heard from you in a while. It's like pressuring your twin. Your twin just like needs space. They need, and also remember we talked about creating energetic space between you guys. I think that's what this card is all about, is creating energetic space between you and your twin flame so that spirit can come in and do some work here. If you are trying to worry and predict and control the outcome here, you're part of the universe. The universe is part of you. And so when you're so heavily invested in that and trying to figure this out, because you're a psychic, you know, and you're kind of like a detective, and you can tap into his energy, and you're very, you know, you're very clairvoyant, you guys have telepathy, and it's like you've got to release that. You got to release trying to figure this out. You've got to release tapping into him and seeing where he's at. And I'm even getting a message not to draw cards on your twin flame for like a month. Just let it go. And once again, surrendering, letting it go doesn't mean giving up. It means surrendering to the infinite possibilities, being open to the solution. And being open to the solution means creating energetic space for the universe to come in and do its work. So that's what you need to do. You need to make space. And you're seeing 227 everywhere because your twin flame angel, this person from the other side, is like, dude, you need to create space. The universe, like, we want to come in, we want to help, like, we want to make something happen here, we want to create some magic for you, but we can't when you are the one who's holding the energy so tightly. You're the one who's got the power right now over this energy, and you need to release that so that there's space for the angels, the guides, the universe to come in and do their work. And angels can only intervene when you let them, when you ask for them to. And I see you've been praying, you've been asking them you've been setting intentions, you know, you've been trying to manifest this. And so the last step in manifestation is letting go / surrendering / releasing your expectations. And so it's almost impossible to do. So that's why I tell people to just focus super hard on your creativity, or start a project, or like you already have something you're doing, you're starting your business. So start your business and like just haul ass with that, and like focus really hard on that, and just like take a break for like a month, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then see what happens. Just like try like letting Jesus take the wheel here. You know what I mean? Try to let the universe just like have that energetic space to create something here. So any final messages from your twin flame angel? That's just what we're gonna call this person, because I don't want to say any names here. I'm all about privacy. Yeah, you know, to use your imagination. Because remember, we in our chat we were talking about like how should you start your business, and like what should you do. And remember, you were just like, I don't know, just like what's the first thing that comes to your mind right now? Like bam, what's the first thing that, you know, that's what you should make your first video on. And yeah, and they're saying gratitude. I think that this person from the other side is saying that they're grateful that that you are in your twin flame's life, because they know that they have a good friend and they're not alone. They need somebody who can, you know, like you said, you can see through your twin flame. Like, you call them out on their crap. And it's hard because you're afraid to kind of let your twin flame go off on their own a little bit, because you're like afraid of what they're gonna do. You know, they've kind of had some addictions and stuff like that. They've kind of been in a dark place, but I do feel like, you know, that your twin flame angel is going to watch over your twin flame and make sure that they're okay, and you can trust the universe to take care of this person while you kind of go off to focus on your own thing. And it's a journey. You're on a journey to union, and a lot of this does have to do with your purpose. And so they're saying focus on your purpose. It'll lead you to your twin flame connection. So I hope that this resonates with you, Oscar. Thank you so much for participating in this. And yeah, if you want another reading from me at some point, I can definitely hit you with a discount code, just because I know you're a returning client. By the way, anybody who has like gotten readings from me a couple times or is like a returning client, if you ever want a discount code, just email me. If you're like, I want to get a reading this week, but like It'd be cool if you could take a little bit off the price. Just email me for a discount code, and we can work something out, especially if it's an emergency reading. I have a reading on my website, promiseharmony.com/services. It's called an emergency reading, and you receive the reading within 3 days, or the Skype. We can Skype like within 3 days. It's the fastest way to get a reading from me. It's a little bit more expensive than my other readings, but I do offer a discount code if it's like your first time doing it or something. And so, yeah, just wanted to let you guys know that. Anyways, I'll see you later, Oscar. And this person from the other side is definitely trying to make contact with you. It's like kind of bizarre, because I don't feel like you guys really knew each other much or in this life, but from the other side, they're looking down and seeing the situation, and they like just really want to help. And I think a lot of it does have to do with the fact that they haven't passed on to the other side. And I feel like one of the reasons they're hanging around is because they care so much about your friend, your twin flame, and they care about the connection you guys have, and they want to help. And so, like I said, I don't feel like they're struggling or anything to pass. It's like they do at some point need to pass, but I feel like it'll probably happen once you guys have your union. They seem okay with that, and yeah. And then the last message for you is surrender. They never want to stop talking. This person from the other side never wants to stop talking. I don't know if they were talkative in real life or something, but anyways, I gotta go. I gotta move on to the next person. So, who's next, John? Jean. Okay. Yeah, just to let you guys know, if you guys ever need a message for somebody who's passed over to the other side, I do medium work as well. I don't usually advertise it a lot, but I do it. So.
Music, will I be successful?
All right, Jean. So the question is, should you do music? Will you be successful? So, that can be rough sometimes, like being on a non-traditional path, being on an artistic path, and seeing a lot of other people out there doing it and wondering, like, am I gonna do well at this? When sometimes society tells you that you need to be a lawyer, or you should be a nurse, or you should just settle down and get a stable job, whatever that means, and God bless the lawyers, God bless the nurses and the people that are guided to do that and are talented with that. Awesome. But sometimes when you're feeling talented in like a more creative area, it can be kind of scary. And so we're just gonna draw a card for you and just see what's going on here. Oh my gosh, we just pulled the performing arts card for you. Look what this is. It says expressing your emotions and feelings, singing, music, performing to a live audience, using your voice and your body. Dance, it could include audio and video. I definitely see music videos for you, light installations, sound healing. So yeah, this is a huge message. I feel like it's spot on. Like, you are supposed to be singing. And so, I got a message about YouTube. Obviously, I'm a little biased with this. You guys know I love YouTube, but I think you should start posting your music and just get it out there and let go of perfectionism. If you want to see an example, go to my travel folder, and I have a couple videos where I did a little music video, and like I actually sang in the background, and I recorded it on my phone. And that was it. Like, I just hit play on my voice memos, recorded it, and then I like took some footage, put it together in iMovie, and then just like posted it. And it was scary, but it was also really liberating. I think that's something you need to do if you're a musician, or if you're singing, you're performing. You need to let go perfectionism, and you just need to like get stuff out there. And so challenge yourself, like one song a week or something. I also see that you're a really good writer. I definitely think writing and getting some poetry and stuff like that out there is going to be really important for you too. Like, starting an Instagram or something where you're posting your lyrics and you're posting you like work in progress, and just like maybe strumming the guitar or something or whatever, and posting more of that. So I'm always going to be encouraging you guys to put yourself out there, to take advantage of technology, to be a self-starter, to be an entrepreneur. And I feel like as a musician these days, the game has kind of changed. Like, so definitely look into SoundCloud. And then I also see messages about you, like, yeah, trying to make a music video or something in the next couple of years. Let's just see what this path is like for you in music. But yeah, this is your path. You know, this is the Six of Swords. It's saying that there's going to be a couple of waves of transition, but then it'll be smooth sailing from there. And I feel like the hardest thing is just to get started, like starting from the bottom. Because obviously, as a musician, and a singer, performer, you have these high goals. Like you have these dreams of like these music videos you want to make and the kind of music you want to have and maybe the kind of label you want to be signed to, or you know, the places you want to play, and definitely have a vision and keep all that in mind. But at some point you got to start at the bottom, and sometimes you're going to have to release a couple of shitty songs in order to get the good songs. You know, it's like being a writer, and you know, every good piece of writing starts with the shitty first draft. So you can't be afraid to write something that ends up being shitty, or put something out there that you feel dumb about. Like you just got to get it out there, and people will admire you for like the path that you take and for not being afraid to start at the bottom. Everybody starts at the bottom. And so I definitely see you doing this. Obviously, image has a lot to do with this too. I feel like exploring how you want to dress, how you want to look, how you want to do yourself up, or whatever. Maybe your look is more down to earth and low key, like figuring out what colors you want to wear, and how you like, what aesthetic you want to have, and like the name of your project, and like the font you want to use. And like I think there's so much to figure out here. You can honestly start anywhere, and there's a lot of work to do. Playing locally, maybe for now, just starting by playing at an open mic night. Show up, and even if you don't have your music together, maybe just show up and read your poetry. Like just read the songs that you write. Maybe try to hang out at the open mic and see if there's anybody playing music and that you like, and you can go up to them and ask like, hey, do you want to hang out and jam? And maybe you can put together a band. I think getting out into the community, wherever you're at, is going to be important. And if there's no open mic night anywhere, then go to your local coffee shop and ask, can I host an open mic night? And print up flyers and invite people, and you know, rent a microphone and whatever you need to do, and see if you can get people to show up. And you know, I think an important part of music is the community, because the more people you meet in the music world, the more people are asking you like, hey, can you open for me, or can you play a gig here, or can we play together or collaborate? I think you're going to have your own thing going on, but I also think being willing to collaborate with other people is going to help you. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of downloads about this. I do see you being successful. I do see, you know, this is you kind of on your own. I do feel like maybe the project you want to do is more like a solo singer-songwriter thing. But I feel like 9 months from now, you're going to really feel like getting out there and maybe trying the open mic thing. You're kind of in a hermit mode right now. So your energy really isn't about like getting out there and making this happen right away. So my message to you is not to rush this, not to rush the path. And there's a path here, and it's like you're just taking a break right now. And so this is actually a really good time for introspection, which is what the Hermit card means. So I would actually spend this time writing lyrics and writing your music. And around 9 months from now, you feel like you want to get out there, and you can go to open mic nights and read the pieces you're writing, or start playing the music. And don't be afraid to start at the bottom. Don't be afraid to suck. Everybody sucks when they first start. I think you're very talented, and I think the more that you practice, it will help. This is also saying that a lot of your music is about like nostalgia and like the good old times. And it's just saying try not to lose yourself in the depression of that. Like I think music is the way that you process a lot of your feelings, and you're drawing on the past for a lot of your music. And it's good actually. And I think that's why people are going to relate to it. Like, and it doesn't matter if your music is sad or happy or angry. Like, don't be afraid. Like whatever vibe it is, it's going to help people process, and people will relate. And so let's go ahead and get a couple more cards for you about your music career. Yeah, as cliche as it sounds, they're like, just go with the flow. You will be helping to facilitate the healing of many people through your music. You never know who needs to hear it. And you're a shaman. I was just going to say that. You're a shaman. You're a healer. And shamans are people who heal through like really unconventional means. And many people who are musicians and have the gift of singing and writing actually help heal people. I mean, have you ever been to a concert and it was just like a really powerful set and you were like crying, and then you were like laughing, and then you were just like getting all this emotion out, and you leave feeling like you've been healed and just like lifted up? And I think that's what your music is going to do for people. It's going to inspire people. And you never know who's going to see you. Maybe even when you start at the bottom, maybe if somebody sees you writing one of your first songs and putting it out there, they're going to look and be like, wow, well, that person's doing it. Maybe I'll do it too. I think you're going to kind of help light the torch for a lot of other people who want to get out there and do this. And so this is the card saying at a certain point, you've got to get out into the music community and network with people to move forward with this, but like not right now, because you're just not feeling it. You're going through a hermit phase, and this is actually a good period for you to write most of your material. So start writing and keep it going, and don't give up. This is also saying you might have to move somewhere. You might have to move somewhere where there's a strong art community or a strong music community. I feel like you already know where this place is. It feels like a city. I kind of see you in the art scene. I see you going big for it. And so, yeah, I hope this resonates with you. Let's just kind of get a timeline on when you'll be very successful with this. Yeah, within 10 years, less than 8 years, I see you being very successful with this. That might sound like a long time, but remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. It took me 10 years of working for free as a fashion stylist before I got my first paycheck. So this is definitely not a short path for you. Don't get discouraged. And then the last message is you need to be writing right now. Like, start writing. And you've got a lot of inspiration. So they're saying just write and get this done. So I hope this resonates with you. Thank you so much. And I'm very excited for you and your music career. So we're going to move on to the next person. And then we're probably going to do 1 or 2 more videos. So thank you to everybody who's just been like hanging in there and like waiting.
45.
I know. So
So pray for me too.
I'm 1 or
We'll
2.
have to switch to them.
Yeah.
We're full up on the list.
All right. So we're
Over,
full.
actually.
Okay. All right, so submissions are now closed, not taking any more questions. We're not, if you paid, we will take your question, but yeah. Anyways. But we're not accepting any new people. So.
That was for Jean, I think. Yes. Next one is.
I have that new Ariana Grande song stuck in my head.
They want to be
That Thank You Next song. Do you guys like that song?
They want to be anonymous. I think they were asking about somebody named Dylan.
Okay, this is an anonymous person who's asking about somebody with the initial that starts with the letter D. So, let me see their question.
Oh, here we go. Dylan, yeah.
Okay.
So you can use his name.
All right, so I can use, okay, so this is for an anonymous person that's asking about a guy named Dylan. So, what's the question?
Is this person interested in me? I'm interested in them.
Yeah.
Are they interested in starting a relationship with me at some point?
Yeah.
He is currently breaking away from an old relationship. We've known each other for 13 years.
Oh, dang. All right, so this is a guy named Dylan, and this person who's anonymous is really into this person. They've had a relationship for many years, like it's like friends, but it's like closer than friends. But the problem is they had a karmic relationship, and this person was getting in the middle, and now Dylan is kind of breaking away from the karmic relationship, and that makes a lot of sense because of Venus retrograde. Karmic relationships are falling apart. People are breaking up left and right. It's very good, if it's a karmic. And so let's just see what's going on with you and Dylan and see if they're like into you, and yeah. Aw, I love that we're getting the trust card here. It's so sweet. And that's actually funny because that was the display picture that I picked for this part of the reading. And I don't know, I'm just getting like a crazy feeling around this person and this energy, and like not in a bad way, like I don't know, I feel like you guys are meant to be, honestly. And I'm not a psychic who is in the business of telling people what they want to hear. Right before earlier today, I was doing a personal reading for someone, and I basically had to tell the person that that dude was a fuckboy and they weren't into them. And it was hard, but like I will tell you the truth, okay? And so I just want you to know I'm feeling really strong vibes here. Like this Dylan is into you. Like I feel it. And look, true love just came out. Okay? Yeah. Um I'm getting the message you should definitely be flirting with Dylan. Like, obviously, don't throw yourself all over him, but, you know, flirt, make eye contact, look extra cute, you know, it won't help. I mean, it won't hurt. And then we're getting the unrequited love card reverse. Like, you're worried, like, is there just not enough attraction here? Is there just not chemistry here? Is this just one-sided? Is that why I've been in the friend zone for so long? I just feel like you got accidentally friend zoned. I feel like what happened when you guys got together is you had a really strong connection and it was so close. You guys were soulmates. There was this familiarity. And then you guys started like telling each other everything and then started like talking on the phone. And pretty soon you were talking about your ex and they were talking about their ex. And then it was like complicated, and then you guys got like super close, and then it kind of like accidentally put you guys in the friend zone. And that happens sometimes where you meet somebody and there's like such an intense connection that you just pour your heart out to them, and it's almost like you get too vulnerable with that person to where it's like too scary to actually get in a relationship, and like both people are too afraid to admit their feelings, and then it just kind of then you go on for years, like, and one person's kind of into one person and then they're not, and then it kind of goes back and forth, and you know, we call this the runner and the chaser, and then somebody gets in a relationship and you like try not to act jealous, you try to be supportive, and they tell you about all their problems and you're like, they need to dump them, but you can't say it. And so anyways, I'm just getting a big download about this relationship, as you can tell. And I feel like there's actually a window that's opening for you guys. And 2019, you know, the number 9 in numerology is the number of endings and beginnings. And for you, I really feel like it's the end of this, you know, 10 plus year struggle that you've been having with actually having a romantic connection with this person and the beginning of something new. So I do feel like there's going to be like a new honeymoon era. You do need to wait for this energy to clear. And I wouldn't bring up their ex to them anymore. I would just pretend like it never happened. And I think they're going to be moving on really fast from their ex. I feel like it's been over for them. Like, I get the sense maybe they were on and off a lot, toxic relationship, the ex is kind of cray-cray. And so I feel like they're going to move on fast. And I feel like you don't even care. Like, I feel like you're not going to be the rebound or anything. I feel like you guys have been nurturing this connection for a really long time. And so this is a message to kind of like back off a little bit as far as bringing up the ex and not try to rush into this too fast, but you can start by flirting a little bit. And I also feel like, yeah, this is definitely true love, and I see this coming together. So we're just going to see real quick how Dylan feels about you. Well, he's kind of, you know, not chill with relationships right now. He really wants to fly solo for a while, and so that's going to be very frustrating. But he does really enjoy getting to know you. You guys know each other really well, and you've told each other like your innermost secrets. They feel very close with you, very safe with you. They're gonna, you know, Dylan's gonna be focusing a lot on his finances and career right now. He's gonna be focusing more on himself. It's going to be hard because you're like, finally, there's an opening. You're going to be worried, is he going to meet someone again? And I feel like the message here is to allow this to unfold naturally. He definitely feels the attraction. He definitely feels the chemistry with you. But he's not very optimistic about love right now. Whoever this karmic is totally ripped his heart out. He's like, I don't want to be in a relationship. I'm over that shit. I just want to be free. You know, I'm going to work on me. But you guys will continue to be friends. I see the sparks flying, like another trust card. Let's get a timeline real quick. 6 months from now. I was actually going to say around May or June. I definitely feel the connection turning more romantic. And I feel like something's gonna happen. Like you guys are gonna be hanging out one night, you're gonna look extra cute, he's gonna look extra cute, and you guys are just gonna make out or something, and then you're gonna be like, oh shit, I guess we're like a thing now. I feel like it's just gonna happen. But he's not balanced right now. He needs to get balanced. And I feel like you don't want to be that rebound right now. I feel like he's just not cool with relationships because of he just got out of this crazy thing. And I feel like you're aware of that and you're willing to wait. You've already waited 10 plus years. What's another couple months? So eventually, though, he will take a new path. He might even move away. I feel like that's going to be kind of crazy. I feel like that might be when you tell him, like, I'm into you, or there might be an opportunity to talk about it then, and something about that's coming up. But I do see you guys coming together. It's kind of a mystery, but I do see you guys coming together. And so, yeah, you guys are in a transition. You're going to transition into a romance. And so try not to talk to him too much about his like love life anymore. And that's a good way to get out of the friend zone. So, huh?
I think that's right.
Yeah, so anyways, I hope this resonated with you. And yeah, I don't know, I see it for you guys. I really do. I think that he just needs to like have some time to like chill after that whole thing, get his shit together, and then you guys can have another chance to make this work out. So I'm actually going to be starting another video because I can only this video will stop automatically after an hour, and it's already been like 55 minutes. So follow me over into my next video, and thank you to those of you guys who have been waiting so long, like an hour, 2 hours, however long it's been, waiting in line to get this message. It's kind of annoying, but I'm glad, and it, you know, it's a really great price. And so yeah, I want to make sure each person really gets their money's worth out of this, and it's not just like one card. I hate that. I did a live reading with this psychic once, and she just like pulled one card and then moved on, and I was like, that was $10. So I want to make sure everyone gets a really good message, and so it does take a little while. So follow me over into the next part, and my assistant John will be keeping you guys posted on who's coming next. So I'll see you guys in a second. Make sure you click on to part 3, all right? See you soon.